Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, zooming to meet our thunder. Atom boys, give her the gun. Down we dive, spouting our flame from under. Off with one terrible roar. We live in flame, or go down in flame. Hey, nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force. Over hill, over dell, we have hit the dusty trail, and those caissons go rolling along. Counter march right about, hear those wagon soldiers shout, while those caissons go rolling along. For it's high, high here in the field artillery. Call off your numbers, but it's strong. 2, 3, 4, and where we go, you will always know that those caissons are rolling along. Anchors away, my boys, anchors away. Farewell to college joys, we sail at break of day, 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 day. Through our last night on shore, anchors away. Until we meet once more, here's wishing you a happy voyage home. We're always ready for the call. We place our trust in thee. Through surf and storm and howling gale, I shall our purpose be. Semper Paratus is our guide, our fame, our glory too. To fight, to save, or fight and die, I Coast Guard, we are for you. From the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we fight our country's battles in the air, on land and sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marines.
Ten hut! You're listening to MilitaryChatRadio.com.
Okay, and a little technical difficulties today, and welcome to the Al Young Show today. And with me, as usual, is my faithful sidekick.
This is Sergeant WP. Hello to my faithful listeners out there. How are you doing? It's good to be back on the Al Young Show. So, Al, what's good?
Well, hey, it's another day, and thank God we're still alive with all the things that are going on about us. And we just like to say hello to all of those veterans and active duty military folks out there, and hope that you all survived another week.
Yeah, it's a good week. It's a good week.
Hey, listen, we're here.
Yes.
And if you can hear us, then that means that you made it also.
Yes. Well, as we go about our business today, don't forget, listeners, we'd love to hear from you. So if you want to if you have a question, you have some concerns, anything that we can help give you as far as information, give us a call here on the studio. The number here is 813-235-0644. Again, that number is 813-235-0644. 0644. We want to hear from you. Give us a call if you have concerns, if you have questions, if you have kids going to school and you just don't know what their entitlements might be. Give us a call, because if we don't know, we'll get you the answer. Al, we want to also remind our listeners that March is the deadline. You're already in that extended mode. The federal government will no longer be mailing out paper checks, right?
Oh, yeah. Well, listen, we've been hammering them with that for quite some time. And, I guess people get tired of hearing the same old thing that, we've been hitting you with that and hitting you with that. But, this is for your own good. And we just wanted to let you guys know that tend to forget things, that pretty soon, no longer will you be receiving your checks. And we just don't want you to forget. So we're going to stop very shortly. We're just going to say one or two words about it. And then when it happens, you'll say, oh, my gosh.
There'll be that one veteran, though, and I have to laugh about it. Because there'll be that one person that says, somebody stole my check. No, they did not steal your check. You did not provide the VA or the DFAS with your financial institution of your preference. So therefore, your check is just sitting out there in limbo. It might be on a limb. I don't know if it'll get to you. So again, we're beating this dead horse in the head, but we're doing that for a reason.
Well, like anything, there's always somebody out there looking out for you, and we're trying to look out for you. So we're just going to say that today, and that's it for today. And you won't hear anything else about it. And next week we'll get some more word out to you, but it's going to be very brief. And like I said, we're going to talk about a different institution here and there that will help you. But that's it. We're not going to be saying a whole lot more about it. Just to let you know, the deadline is find out something that's beneficial to them. If someone tells you something that's going to help you, that can help the next person, spread the word. Let them know what's going on, because that's how things get passed around. Because when we keep it to ourselves, it does no one any good but us, and that's no good. You got to let everyone else know what's going on so it can be of benefit to other veterans, yes, to other people who need that information. And, we got so many organizations out there, so many different people with things that can help another vet, that can help another service member, that can help another person who served in the armed forces, that, it would be of a great benefit. And the more people who know about things, the better it is. And a lot of us get this information and we hold on to it like it's gold, and we won't let it go. And that's being very selfish. And you don't want to be that way. You want to get that information out to everyone.
Well, I have some information that I would like to share with all my veterans that are in a low income category. If you're receiving, and this goes out to our veterans that are receiving Medicaid, or if you're receiving food stamps, SSI, Section 8, if you're in the low income category, you're entitled to a free cell phone. You just have to call 1-888-909-1860. Now, of course, you have to supply them with some sort of documentation that entitles you or put you in that category. So if you're getting some sort of Medicaid, you have documentation that you're receiving Medicaid. That's enough. If you're receiving food stamps, bring that documentation. When you call that number, they'll tell you where to meet or at that location close to your living area. Or whatever it is, if you're getting SSI, you get a letter from SSI stating, your what you're receiving from them. So that'll be proof of documentation. But if you're in that low income category, they have the free cell phones. And I didn't know that they call them the Obama phone. I take great offense to that. Why is it the Obama phone? Why can't it just be a free cell phone?
Well, you know what? I don't know. A lot of times, when something's out there, it could be Obama phone because maybe it's because it's something that's for everyone. Something that could be, we take offense to a lot of things, but it could be just because, well, Obama's for everyone, and this phone could be for you.
You clean up really nice. This is why I like working with Al. I tell you, he cleans that up very nicely. But again, if you're in that low income category, that you'll be entitled to a free cell phone. The number you call is 1-888-909-1860. Let that person know that answers the phone that, you're calling because you hear on the Al Young Show that you can get a free cell phone. It's called the Obama phone, for what that means. And they'll ask you, what credentials do you have that causes you to fit into this category? And you tell them. If you're getting Medicaid, food stamps, Section 8, SSI, all those good things. So, yes, President Obama is truly out there to make sure everyone can reach out and touch. Now, I don't know much about the phone, what type of phone, I don't know. We don't get into that. I basically think as long as you can reach out and call for help or call to get some sort of assistance, what difference does it make what kind of phone? I mean, he's not going to give you an iPhone, because if that's the case, everyone will be getting a free phone.
Well, look at the bright side. I'm waiting for them to start giving out the Obama Lamborghini. And then okay, so if you hear about that one, please call us up and let me know.
Well, no, I'll just drive mine over, because if I hear about it, I will have gotten it first. Check.
But listen, guys and girls, if you do need that assistance, please call and get you've got the information, get it, and that will help you. There's always something out there for people if you just kind of look into the programs that are out there. There's a lot of different programs, and sometimes, like I said, someone knows about something for you. And if you get the information, take it, share it with the next person.
Yeah, because you might not be the veteran that needs it.
Yes.
But we've got a lot of veterans out there that are truly in need of help, whether it be shelter, food, phone. Our veterans out there are really in need of help. So this is what we do on our show. We are there to provide information of whatever it is you might need to know. Give us a call. And if we don't know the answer, Al, what do?
We'll try and find it out for you.
Right. Again, you can call us here at the studio, 813-235-0644. Excuse me.
And if you're a veteran who has some sort of assistance that you can give us, please call us up. Let us know, and we'll try and get your information out. Or you can come on and give that information out yourself to anyone that's interested in knowing what it is. Matter of fact, I did run into a gentleman that I talked to Saturday. They had a competition, an ROTC competition between several different high schools. And, well, I'm not going to brag, but I am very proud of the fact that my kids' school won. They came in first place in the competition.
Did you have to give the coach anything?
No, I didn't have to give him anything. I mean, in fact, no one in my kids' school had anything to do with anything other than showing up. And I just want everybody to know that Riverview High School won the competition. They came in first place. And,
Yay! Cheers for Riverview High.
So I'm very happy that they did that. My poor little daughter stumped her toe in one of the relays. And but she's doing better now. And they did real well. So I was very happy. But all the schools did real well. And I think maybe the next time that they have a competition, we should go out there and put on...
I am not going to participate. Now, I'll go out and I'll give him, I'll be the pom-pom mom. How about that? 3 cheers? Yay.
Is that because your kid goes to a different school?
Well, yes.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. That might be the day that Riverview loses, and then that way you can be happy for whatever school. But I'm just saying this one particular time, Riverview did beat the other schools. I'm not going to start naming the other schools because I don't want anybody to start crying and, feeling bad. So I'll just say that Riverview won. Okay?
Okay.
And the other schools can stay anonymous. But maybe at a later date I'll bring up the names. But they know who they are. But I'd like to say it was a great day, and the kids really look. You know what? I got to tell you something. The kids in ROTC programs, they really make you very proud because those kids were sharp. I mean, they were super sharp. You had to see them. I mean,
well, you didn't
really
invite
good.
me to the show, so you wanted
Well,
to see
you know
it from
what?
a distance.
No, I didn't say anything. But when we went there, we went about 9:15, and that's when things really kind of got off. And we were there till, it must have been about, I think it was about 2 o'clock, because then after my daughter kind of hurt herself, then we went running off, and we had to take her out. But it was really great. It was a wonderful day. It was really worth it. So I'll say to the parents out there, if you ever get a chance and you hear about one of the competitions that they're having for the different schools for ROTC, go out there and check it out. It's really great. It's wonderful. The kids perform, and you get a chance to see just how well these kids handle themselves.
And it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
it is a lot of work because
and the ROTC instructors, those people, they are really great. And I mean, when you see it, it makes you think back when you were in, and you look at them, and it made me think back when I was going to Hillsborough High School, and I was in ROTC there, and it was really great.
Did you compete? Could you?
Oh yeah, I was in the drill. I was on the drill team.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
In fact, it helped me out when I went into the Army.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
gosh, yeah.
Well, I didn't join on.
I was a squad leader. I was a squad leader when I went into the basic training. Then after that, I went to leadership school, and after leadership school, I became a platoon guide in AIT.
Okay.
And I really had it made.
Well, I always wanted to be out in front, so I carried the guide on. So all eyes on me.
Yeah. But I just always like
That's a
being
good
in
thing.
charge. So what I did was great. But it all started from ROTC. If I was smart, I should have gone to college and just became an officer.
Okay. So you can do that the next time around.
No, I think the next time around, I'm thinking about becoming like president or a senator or something.
Okay. Well, good luck in your career, Al. Until then, welcome back to Earth. Welcome back to Earth. Come on back.
Yeah.
But it's always good to see. I mean, I saw Al's daughter perform in an ROTC competition. Really, I mean, they are so disciplined, and I really have to say, if a kid out there is not sure of what they want to do, the career path that they want to take, don't be afraid to join one of our military branch of service. Whatever it is you're skilled at, they'll make you proficient, and, it'll become official, and, welcome to the service.
Yeah, I always think it's good when they do decide to go because they carry on the family tradition. And, I as I speak to a lot of the parents, you would be surprised at how many generations have gone into the military, and they just carry on that family tradition. And you're saying to yourself, oh, my gosh, they'll tell you about their grandparents and then their parents and their brothers and their uncles. And I'm saying, gee, what a family tradition. And, I mean, they're just so proud that they've had so many people in their family go into the military, and then they continue on the family tradition.
Well, maybe I need to start a recruiting business and start with my family because I'm the only female in the family that's ever been in the service. And my one cousin that I had, he was in Vietnam and he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And
Sorry to hear that.
well, that's one thing. We talk about death, and we really don't talk about death, but that's the only thing that every one of us will have to go.
Yeah, well, that's
We
so
have
true.
to try. No one wants to shop in Walmart. Not all of us. Some people prefer Publix. Some people prefer Sweet Bay.
Right.
Well, we all have to. You don't have to prefer death. We all have to go through death.
Yeah, well, that's true.
So,
I think
you know.
it's just a matter of when we go. I think everybody wants to be able to at least say,
They want to be the last to go.
right.
No, I don't want to be the last because then I have to see everybody go before me and then I'll be alone.
Well, I think, when it comes to it, it's not something that people want to talk about. So, but I'm just saying, we tend not to ever really want to talk about that particular subject, but and especially when it comes to the military or anything else, because most of the people who die in the military are young soldiers, and we don't want to ever discuss that because it's painful.
Yes, and my heart goes out to the family of the younger generation that had, the young ones that have passed away in the military because we say they haven't lived their life, but they gave the ultimate sacrifice for their
this country.
So I am ever grateful for what they do, and I want to thank them for their services. But it's still, I've gone twice. And I don't know how many times you've gone.
I've never. Well, see, here's the funny thing. My whole time in the service, I've never gone.
Wow. And, I used to say that, especially when the Saudi war started, I was always, oh, gosh, please don't call me. I've been on standby about 3 times. I'm like, oh, no. Well, it wasn't long after when Iraq started, and it was like, okay, your number was picked. And I was like, oh, no.
But God has always brought me through that, and I'm thankful for that as well. But let's not just ponder on the death. But
but I think what we're talking about here is basically people coming in and serving and going, and then they're giving the ultimate sacrifice. I came in at a time when they were sending everybody and his mother to Vietnam. It just so happened that I didn't go.
Oh, okay.
And those things happen.
It does. And, some people get on rotation repeatedly, and
Yes.
some people never get it. It just depends on your job's, title, or your, not title,
But your job, the demand of your job. And it's like any other job. If there's no demand for that job, then, you don't have to.
I think, like anything, there are those who go and there are those who don't go, and you don't know why, but it just happens, and that's just the way it is. Some people join certain services and they don't go, and then some of us are in a service and we don't go. So I don't know.
well, pretty soon we'll all be home, and then we don't have to worry about that. because
And I
the
think
president-
that's the main thing that most
the
people
president
look at.
we have wants to make sure that we bring our troops home, and it's about that time for Afghanistan to stand on their own 2 feet and do what they have to do to maintain
The security of their country. So, but we are there. We're always, and that's one thing I love about this country. We're always running to someone's aid.
Well, you know what? You have to kind of look at America. We do that. That's sort of our job in the world. I mean, people will say, well, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do whatever. But we've always done what we do now. And I guess for as long as we're America, we'll continue to do the same thing.
Okay, so now that we've talked all about that, what else is going on? We have tax season. Also, there's a lot of programs out there to help our veterans. So take advantage of that. Call your local VA to find out if you're entitled to get some free services. And I like to say, when it says free, somebody's always saying,
Nothing in life is free. That's not true. If you fall into a certain category or a status of the,
Well, there are free.
Less.
There are free programs out there. If you look online, you find free programs. I believe for military personnel. Now, see, that's something I have to check because I'm not going to make a commitment on that. But in past years, I've seen certain programs out there where it is. So I need to go ahead and check on that. I've always had one person do my taxes for the last 10, 15 years. So, but
You need to check on him.
no, it's a her actually.
Okay, check on her. Check on her.
So she's always done them, and so. But there are programs out
Yes.
there, and I think if you call up or on any military base, they can always help you also. And there are a lot of different things out there. So you just have to be kind of proactive.
Yes,
But
proactive.
by next week, we'll have some information for people that we can definitely say this is what you need to do.
Well, like I said, I'm always taking advantage of anything that's out there that's free. FREE. I kind of wish I had fallen to the free cell phone category, but not yet. I just didn't.
Well,
quite
we
get it.
kind of talk too much on our phones. We could never fall into anything free in my family.
Well, I was
we're
hoping to
we're
fall
paying
into-
out the nose for our phones.
Well, that's because you've got all them kids.
Yeah, and they love to talk, and they love to text and
I think-
everything else.
Whatever happened to the walkie-talkies? Back in the days, that's what my parents got. My sister had one. I had one. She would go, "You better come home. Mom is on the way."
I don't know what happened
Now
there.
we tell. Now you got the babies with the iPad, the iPod, the iPhone.
I can't get it.
But anyway, we'd like to hear from our callers out there. Please call us up and let us know what you're thinking. 813-235-0644. Again, that number is 813-235-0644. Don't forget, if you have a business and you are offering military discounts for whatever, to all our branch of service or veterans discount, call us up so that we can let the veterans out there know where they can go and support your business because you're supporting us veterans. And that's one thing that I like to do. I'm always going out, "Hi, how are you? Do you offer military discounts?"
And if you also have a business or an organization that you'd like to promote, please let us know. And if you'd like to, come on board and talk about your business. Talk about what services you have to offer to veterans. We'll be glad to have you come and tell us about it or tell the audience about it. And if you feel you'd like to really come out and share whatever it is that you'd like to share with the audience, please come on. Come on board and let us know what you've got to give.
Well, at this time, we're going to take a station break. We'd love to hear from you. Give us a call again at 813-235-0644.
Song
keep our freedom alive. Salute the flag instead. The freedom we enjoy is held within their hands. Their life is on the line. Their family and their friends, they leave them all behind. They give with all their might. The men and women who serve our shining light. They are warriors. Keep our freedom alive. Salute the flag and stand. Freedom we enjoy is held within their hands. Their life is on the line. Their family and their friends, they leave them all behind. They give with all their might. The men and women who serve our shining light. They are warriors. The men and women who strive to keep our nation strong. We honor family members who are left behind to carry on. May we never forget the prisoner of war, missing in action and killed in action. God bless our retired veterans, and God bless the USA. Through the struggle and fight to survive, they keep freedom alive. They march into foreign lands. Today. Now bless his soldier today. Now thank the soldier.
Song
enjoy is held within their hands. Their life is on the line. Their family and their friends, they leave them all behind. They give with all their might. The men and women who serve our shining light. They are warriors. Keep our freedom alive. Salute the flag and stand. Freedom we enjoy is held within their hands. Their life is on the line. The family and their friends, they leave them all behind. They give with all their might. The men and women who serve our shining light. They are warriors. The men and women who strive to keep our nation strong. We honor family members who are left behind to carry on. May we never forget the prisoner of war, missing in action and killed in action. God bless our retired veterans, and God bless the USA. Through the struggle and fight to survive, they keep freedom alive. They march into foreign lands.
Okay, and we're back. All right. So, listen, you know what? For you guys who haven't done so, and if you're in earshot, listen, everybody is still running around with the one thing that is most important that a lot of guys and gals are not doing, and that's taking care of business. And taking care of business is putting in that claim. Now, this is something else I beat you across the head with. If you don't take care of action, you can't get anything done. The Tampa VA is there, the VA's in the area, which is in St. Petersburg. You know, you need to go and file your claims, and if you file claims and you weren't satisfied with the results, then you need to either go in and put in an appeal, or you need to take some sort of action to make sure something has happened. And if you've gone and you just decided, oh, can't be bothered, that's not the course to take. You need to keep at these things. You need to make sure that you are taking care of you. You are your best course of action. If you don't take care of yourself, no one else is going to do it for you.
And also, Al, you just need to let our listeners know that if you don't want to go to the VA to put in a claim, you can go to your local AMVAT, VFW chapter, American Legion, the DAV. Go to one of those local chapters and take your paperwork with you. Try to keep also a copy of all your medical records, or whatever it is you're claiming, have some sort of paper trail on that ailment. Because, you know, sometimes they just want to put you through the red tape. And the first question they ask is, well, what documentation do you have? Well, you know, like yesterday, I met a gentleman, and he's a Vietnam vet, and he wants to put in a claim, but he does not have his DD-214. Doesn't mean that he's not a vet.
So, you know, we just have to work a little harder. Sometimes things are not just sitting on the shelf and say, okay, I need to get some oranges today, and there it is on the shelf. Sometimes you really have to climb the tree. First, you have to find the tree, then you have to climb the tree to pick the orange to get it. So sometimes you might have to work a little harder. But
these are simple things. All they need to do is order a DD214. You go to the VA, you ask someone there, and they'll order you a DD214.
Yes, and that's true.
Okay.
You can go to the VA, and
if you don't want to go to the VA, you can also write, because they only do it through written requests, that you write the National Archives for military personnel, which is at One Archive Drive in St. Louis, Missouri, and you make sure that your name, your date of birth, the date you entered active duty, the reason that you need a copy. It burned in the
But
fire,
I'm
got
just saying,
lost.
but I'm just saying the simplest way to do it is, hey, listen, hey, I can't find my DD214, don't know where it is. Can you guys help me? And someone will help them. We make excuses for a lot of things when things are so simple. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you can't go and say, hey, I need help, and someone won't help you. That's all it takes a lot of time, is just saying, I need help. A lot of programs, when people are homeless, when they need assistance, all they have to do is find a place to go to and ask for the help. But a lot of times we don't even take out the time to do that. What we'll do is we'll just say, oh, you know what? There's no one to help me. There's no place I can go, or I won't even bother. I'll just rough it. I'll go out here and I'll take whatever comes, but I won't kind of really go out there and find out what's available to me. You know what? We mentioned a few places.
yes.
But there are tons of different organizations out there
Yes.
that will help people. There are all kind of people, but it's just a matter of getting to them. And sometimes, that's why I said other veterans can help vets also. So if we all kind of like pool our efforts, we can really help a lot of people out there, because there are tons and tons and tons
There's
of
a lot
veterans.
of yes, there are a lot of programs out there for veterans, and if you don't take advantage of it, you're just going to lose it. It just sits there.
And there's all types of organizations that, I mean, you know, vet organizations, aside from the ones that are so obvious. And I mean, what is there, like 73 different organizations almost?
Oh,
There's a
yes.
few more.
Oh, gosh, I can't begin to name them all.
I wish we had that list that would be out there to help these people. So guys and girls, there are all kind of organizations out there to help you. It's just a matter of getting to them.
Do you know what I've learned over the past week, Al? That if you were in the military, and let's say your profession was a mechanic, and you no longer can work as a mechanic because of whatever issues you might have had that prevents you from now working as a mechanic. Let's say you enjoy cooking. Do you know the VA, the Veterans Department, will financially pay for your schooling to go to become to go to the culinary arts school? I mean, that's a fantastic opportunity. And that's just one program that I'm mentioning. But I mean, there's programs out there, they really, really try to take care of you. But if you don't take care of yourself, because you are, like Al said, your best advocate, if you don't take care of yourself, then no one else can help you. We can't take care of you. We can't help you. If you need help, call out, reach out, go to your VA, go to one of these local chapters. They are there to help. You've got the AMVET, and I think in every city they have all of these organizations that are willing to help veterans, that want to help veterans, that are telling you, come, let us help you. But we can't go out and find you. I belong to the DAV, and I kid you not, I tell everyone, and I help anyone. You don't have to belong to that chapter to help them.
No.
But if you need help, go into that chapter. I'm a veteran. I need help. And tell them what the problem is. And if they can't help you, I am quite sure they will send you in the right direction to seek help. But if you don't go in and ask, or if you don't reach out, it's just no way possible they'll know that you need that help.
Well, that's the other reason I'm asking a lot of the veterans out there, when you see a vet, just don't assume that they'll get help. Try to help them. Go up to them if you can, and give them some assistance if you know of a program and if you think that you could be of help to them. Because a lot of them are not going to make any moves. A lot of them just feel, and that feeling of, doesn't go very far. And for the next X amount of years, they'll be going, and nothing will happen.
Well, you know what happens also? A lot of our veterans might have been turned down before. And they think, well, I put in a claim before and I didn't get compensated, so I'm not going to bother. That's not the attitude to take, because throughout time, as you grow older, things start to react differently.
Oh yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yes.
If you've been running all your and every branch of service you had to run, maybe not run as much as the Army, because we ran for a living.
Don't say that to a guy in the Marine Corps, because they're going to say, hey, we did the same thing, if not better. But I'm just saying, for whatever branch of service you were in, unless you were in one of those branches where they said, well, we didn't have to do that. Their whole thing is, we didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
But if you had to stay physically fit to do any particular job, it was, well, okay, I did it, and now things have changed.
Right, because as we get older, the bones no longer work the way they used to work.
It's like having a pot that you cook in, and you've had this pot for years. Well, after cooking in the pot and washing the pot and cooking in the pot and washing the pot, it starts to wear and tear. Well, it's the same thing. You go into the Army, you go into the military, and you go in 100%, and, throughout time, after time, you put your body through this rigorous exercise and training. The body starts to wear and tear, and that's just with anything.
I kept thinking I was looking like Superman all the time, and my wife just told me, I don't think so.
And that's why
she said more like the Joker.
I gotta love Karen because she has a sense of humor to be married to Al. But in all reality, we just want you to stop by one of these local chapters if you're in the area, if it's close by you, if it's close to home, and find out if you have not put in a claim and you have some issues. Stop by one of these local chapters. It'd be the AMVET, the VFW, the American Legion, the DAV. There's so many. Stop by and find out, how can I get help? What can you do to guide me in the right direction so that I can start to take care of myself? Because it's all about taking care of self.
It is. And you'll find out that guys, girls, you'll find out that you got to take care of yourself. Again, you're your biggest advocate for your own well-being.
And don't forget, you have to. I can't stress how important it is to have a paper trail. Do not depend on the VA to have all your medical documentations, because what can go wrong will go wrong. But, if you have a copy and something went wrong with the VA, then you can supply them, and you never, ever give up your original. I met someone yesterday who wanted me to take his original document, and I said, no, I'll take a copy. So I make a copy, but you are your own keeper.
Well, there is something that you do have to kind of look at. For the guy who has nothing, who has no paperwork, who basically has no trail of nothing,
there's still hope.
Yes,
there's still hope. You go to the VA, you let them know what your problems are. Doesn't mean because having your paperwork just makes it a little easier. Remember?
Well, you know what? But not to really cut you off, but listen. For
you do
those,
every time.
Yeah, I do. But for those guys who are getting out of the service, for those guys who are guys who love keeping their own papers and everything else, listen, you have just made all of the things that you do that much easier. You have gone from zero to hero. Because you always keep everything, and the minute you walk through anybody's door, you got everything.
Yes.
So you don't have any problems.
And for all our tech-savvy guys and girls out there, put your medical records on a disc. Put
Yes.
it on I don't know if it'll fit on a thumb drive, but I mean, have a copy.
Yes.
I'm still old school, so you come in I have an office, and one section of my office is just for military papers, and oh my God, I think I can make trees with the amount of papers I have.
But see, that's the way to go. I mean, when you walk into anybody's office or when you go to the VA, if you're filing a claim and you've got all your paperwork and whatever. Now, listen, it's no longer kind of like in days of old when they didn't have computers and they couldn't get a hold of records and everything else. And then you were lost. Now, it still takes a while to get a lot of things and to process things, but it's not like they can't find things. Now, trust me, I don't trust anybody with everything, but at the same time, I do have a certain degree of confidence that if I go there, there are things that they will find. Now, when they had that big fire in St. Louis or whatever it is, now there's a lot of things that got lost for people that who got out at a particular time and who had records at a particular time that, hey, listen, those things got lost. So now if you were in that era, then your things got messed up and they may not be able to find a whole lot of things. So you got a problem.
Not really.
Now, when I say you got a problem, now everything that you are looking for may not be available.
Yes.
Because if it got burnt and or destroyed, then you can't get to it. But I mean, they'll probably find a way of getting 99.9% of it.
Yeah.
But now, for the guy who's just getting out, or the female who's getting out, if you walk into any place and you've got everything, it's like when you go for a job. If your resume is dress right dress, then hey, you're the guy that we're looking for. If your resume is, incomplete, then you've got a problem.
No, he just goes to the bottom of the pile.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. So it's the same thing at the VA. If there's things that's missing, then it's going to take longer to get you straightened out. That's all. Because then they've got to look up a lot of things, but everything's there.
But still, I say to our veterans, please don't get discouraged. If you don't have it, doesn't mean that you cannot file a claim. It just means that we have to work a little harder.
Okay.
But, and there are ways to go around things. Once you have that VA card or you have ever been to the VA before, don't think that they don't have everything or anything on you. Sure they do, because now everything is so technologically savvy that they're compiling everything, and they're keeping better hold on, our information. Now, now when you go to sick call overseas or anything, everything is computerized now. So it all goes into like one database, and they can just punch in your social, and like magic, it appears. So they're trying their best to cut down on paper, but at the same time, they're trying to compile all your medical documentation into one database. But it's very important that you get a paper copy of what it is that they're asking or you got treated for, and therefore you have your own record keeping.
Look at it this way. Everything is electronic, basically. There's still a lot of paperwork. Everything is electronic. If you have trouble with your bank, then there's always the chance that something's going to go wrong with something at the VA or something wrong with the medical facility that you visited while you were in the military. So it's always good to have backup. And that's all this is. It's the redundancy of records. So the more you have, the better off you are. And then when you no longer need them, once the VA's got everything, then you're in good shape.
Yes.
But you can count on the VA quite a bit. And, a lot of us say, the VA this, the VA that. But, let's put it this way. I'm not trying to sell the VA as whatever. But you know what? It's the best thing we got going, and you compare it against any of the other hospitals out there, and you'll find out something. It's just as good as any other hospital. And, I'm not, because listen, the VA doesn't do anything for me other than it does for the next guy. It's not putting anything in my pocket. It's not doing, you know what I'm saying? So, they don't pay us for anything. And, but I'm just saying for veterans, that's your meal ticket in the sense of your medical care. And you need to take advantage of it. And that's the only thing that it does for me, as it takes care of me. And I've had my major operations with them, and I've had all kind of other care with them, and I know just how well they are. Now, no hospital or no organization is perfect. So you're not going to be able to say it's the best thing in the whole world. No, for some people it is. For some people it isn't.
Well, thank God. I mean, I have to say, Al, since we're here in the Tampa Bay area, James A. Haley has really, really been the best in the Tampa Bay area. So we have to take advantage of what we have. But while we would love to give you more information, stay tuned as we return next week. And we'll have more information for you. Veterans, please, I ask that you remember that March is quickly on your back door, so that you should have all your ducks in a row, because you will no longer be receiving a paper check. So start looking for a financial institution that will better serve you. And veterans, there are programs out there. I know it's income tax time. You don't have to pay for it if you can find the organization that's giving or preparing your taxes for free. Stay tuned. It's been great. Al, as usual, I love working with you. But until next week, we'll tell you more about what services are out there for our veterans.
Well, hey, that's what we're here for, and that's what we're going to continue to do. And hopefully we can keep doing it, and we'll expand. I'm going to try to get somebody from the VA here. If not next week, hopefully the week after, to explain some more of their programs, and we'll see how that goes.
Until then,
get out there.
Have a great week.
Okay.
We're out.
Find out something